Pop, you've always been a hard act to follow. Always. You're hard as nails. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I've seen this many people in this rink since a Platinum Blonde concert in 1988. A lot of magic. And my father referenced the fact that in 1983, there was a new leader of the Conservative Party who came to this rink and was the nominated Conservative candidate. And guess what? From that moment, he went on to be the Prime Minister of Canada. And I feel that magic in the air here tonight.
What a great night to be in Trenton with so many Tories. This is a day that many of us are going to remember. And I'm hoping that Pierre Poilevre will realize that he's got no better friends than the ones here in Central Nova. Fabulous to see so many of our candidates here tonight and to know that the election is coming up quickly. We'll soon be finished and we'll have a good change for the better in our country. Bring it home. Yeah. What I like about Pierre Poilevre is that he's quick, he's accurate, he's smart, he's well-intentioned, and he's got all the qualifications we need to have a real Prime Minister for a change. He told me once that he was a big admirer of Joseph Howe, one of our legendary politicians. And Howe said famously that a wise nation preserves its records, decorates the graves of its illustrious dead, repairs the great public structures, and fosters national pride and love of country by perpetual references to the glories and sacrifices of the past. That's what I like about Pierre. He's a patriot, and he'll work hard for all of us. Thank you all very much for the opportunity to speak and to be here and to be with you. This will go down as a great night in my life, much like it was nearly 40 years ago when we nominated Brian Mulroney here in this very ring. And that turned out pretty well, didn't it? All right, folks, I'm going to pass it over to someone who could do a better job than I can, my son, Peter.
Thank you. Pop, you've always been a hard act to follow. Always. You're hard as nails. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I've seen this many people in this rink since a Platinum Blonde concert in 1988. Although Greg Burrows told me there were this many here when the Scotians won the last championship. This rink has a lot of memories for a lot of people, and I'm so glad to see our team of candidates here. Senator MacDonald. Before I mention anyone else by name, though, I want to thank our law enforcement, our veterans, our serving members, our emergency responders for all they do every day to keep our community safe. What a crowd. What a crowd here in Trenton, at this rink, in the center of Central Nova. And I'm thrilled to be here with all of you. And a lot of us have memories of coming here as players, as coaches, as spectators. There's a lot of magic. And my father referenced the fact that in 1983, there was a new leader of the Conservative Party who came to this rink and was the nominated Conservative candidate. And guess what? From that moment, he went on to be the Prime Minister of Canada. And I feel that magic in the air here tonight. And of course, you would know that my father stepped aside to pave the way for that to happen. He and I have had the special honor of having been elected to represent our home community here for quite a few years and to serve the people of Central Nova. And whether your family have been here for generations and came over on the Hector, and I'll tell you that must have been a large ship because just about everybody I know, their family came on the Hector, or whether you just came here and chose to make Central Nova and Nova Scotia your home. This has always been a place of humble, hard-working people, people with a common desire to work, to play, to raise a family, and to improve things for the people around us. This is something we share, and it's something that the man we're going to hear from tonight has a lot to do with in terms of improving the future for all. There is a strong tradition of pragmatic conservatism here. Getting things done, getting along with each other, mostly, is in our DNA. And I want to just make a few other quick historical references. Not far from here, of course, is Pictou Landing First Nation, a key part of our region, and had our hardy Scottish ancestors not been greeted warmly and welcomed, they would have had a much more difficult time were it not for the Mi'kmaq people. Just down the street, at the old Trenton Works, the first steel in North America was poured in this town. And later that steel was used to make ammunition and military equipment that allowed Canada to contribute mightily to the defense of freedom. And then they made boxcars, and now we make houses. And so there is, again, this hard-working tradition that helped to build the nation. And of course, we're standing here in a hockey rink. Blair Turnbull, John Sim, Colin White, and many others honed their skills here and went on to play at the highest levels. We even played for a Stanley Cup in this community one time. We came up a little short, kind of like the Leafs.